Well, Arne, firstly, it's a late change of plans for our travel to Germany, but would you be hopeful that that would not impact the build-up to tomorrow's game?
No, it will not impact the build-up to tomorrow's game. We've trained over here at the AXA. Normally we would have gone to Frankfurt a few hours earlier. Now we're a few hours later, but no, that can never be an excuse for the game tomorrow.
We've had a win and a defeat so far in the Champions League this season, so how important will it be to get something here, given the amount of competition for positions that there's going to be in the new league phase?
Yeah, I can come up with a few more reasons why it's important to get a result tomorrow as well. So, but every time you play a game in a Liverpool shirt, the aim is to win that game of football. Now we play Frankfurt away, which is maybe a bit similar to Galatasaray, a stadium where the fans will be really loud. So apart from the quality Frankfurt has, this is something we have to take into account as well. But our players are used to play in these circumstances. But a challenge, as it is always when you play Champions League.
Yeah. Of course, a challenge as well, given what happened on Sunday and the recent run of form. Does that strengthen the desire to obviously to get back to positive results?
Yeah, it should. It should. But like I said before, the United game, it should not matter if we win or lose a game of football for the next one. The aim is, if you play for Liverpool, if you wear this shirt, is to win every single game. So if we win 7 in a row, how we started the season, then we want to win the next 3. And we didn't. Now we've lost the last 4. So now, of course, we want to see Liverpool winning again. But like I said, that is not different than when you lost 4 in a row or when you won 4 in a row. But it is just what is expected of you if you play for Liverpool.
You mentioned obviously Frankfurt and the atmosphere that we can maybe expect there. What do you expect from them as a team? They've had obviously a good few seasons. They had in the Bundesliga last season.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's. I don't think they play regularly in the Champions League, but last season they were there in the Europa League, came quite far. I remember that they played Tottenham, and it was a very equal 180 minutes, maybe even longer. I'm not too sure if it went to extra time. I think it did actually. So that tells you that it's a good team. It's a strong team that have done very well in the Bundesliga and in Europe. And even this season, when they beat Galatasaray, we're 5-1 now. Then we definitely need to be warned by that, because as we all know, we lost against Galatasaray with 1-0. So you never can compare results to each other, but anyway, it's still a team that impressed in their first home game, who will face some difficulties away from home against Atletico Madrid, which is they're not the only team that face difficulties if they play Atletico Madrid in their stadium. So good team, good individuals, well managed by a manager that is already there quite long. So a nice game to look forward to.
And in particular for one of our players, obviously Hugo Ekitike, who joined us from Frankfurt, a special night for him as well.
Yeah, I think it must be. I think it's always special for every player if you go to one of your former club, especially if you did really well. But even if you didn't perform really well, it's always nice to see the people that you worked with again. But he, in his situation, he did so well that I think not only he likes to go back over there, I think the fans over there like to see him as well for what he did for that club, because he was part of the team that brought them to the Champions League. So special for him. I think it's special for Florian as well to go back to Germany, play there. It's special for Jeremy Frimpong because he was also like Florian and like Hugo, so successful in Germany. So it's for the 3 of them. I think it's nice to play in Germany again.
You mentioned on Sunday that it's a pretty tight schedule this week, obviously, with Sunday afternoon, Wednesday evening, and then Saturday again. Will that mean you might look to rotate the squad a little bit for this game?
Yeah. Rotate always comes across as if, let someone else play a little bit as well. But I've said many times, we have a lot of good players. And I can use them all. And if you play 3 games in 7 days would maybe be smart to use them all as well, and that's why, also because of we were 1-0 down, but also because we need to use the squad. We made 3 substitutions after 55 minutes against United, so we will use a lot of players again tomorrow, as we will on Saturday, and it is then a certain rotation, but rotation could also come across as we are good enough to play a few others. No. We have more than 11 players that can start a game of football for us, and that's why we've done that till now multiple times, and we might do this tomorrow as well.
And just finally, Ryan Gravenberg's not part of the travelling squad. Can you give an update on his condition and his chances of being involved against Brentford at the weekend?
Yeah, I had to take him off during the weekend because he limped a little bit, as we could all see. So unfortunately, he's not ready to play tomorrow. That already means I definitely have to change one player, and with him not being there, that might mean something for others as well, because he has such a particular quality in our squad, which we've seen when we played Bournemouth, for example, when we played the Charity Shield, that we missed a little bit of a player that was always protecting our back four. But Ryan is not available for the Frankfurt game. Hopefully he will be available in the weekend, but yeah, it's an ankle injury. We have to wait and see, give him a bit of time and see where he is if we come back from Frankfurt.